Hello and welcome to the Family Budget Planner spreadsheet walkthrough. This is a really robust spreadsheet, so whenever you make some updates, you might see a little bar over here that says loading. So just make sure that you wait until that finishes and your spreadsheet will be updated. So when you first open this, you're going to go to the Setup tab. And you're going to enter the 1st of January of whatever year that you are planning. So we are in 2024, so we're going to start in January 1st, 2024. Here, you're going to enter the people in your household that is going to be part of this budget. So here we have Jane and Pete. In this case, they're a couple, but you could add up to 5 people in here. And then here, you're going to enter your categories for income, bills, subscriptions, variable expenses, debts, and savings. This is already pre-filled, but you can go ahead and delete this. Anything on the white cells, you can edit. So you can edit here, you can edit this, and you can edit all of this if you want. You put your own income in here. And then next, you're going to go to the budget planner. Now here, you're going to record all of your budget planning. And this spreadsheet will work based on this. So this is very important that you do fill out over here all the things that you plan on spending throughout the year. And anytime you have one-off spending, this technically is going to have to be planned before you can record the actual transaction. So here you are going to enter the start date. So if you have a bill, for example, that is a monthly bill, like for example Netflix. Here I entered that it starts on January 14th. So I get billed every 14th for Netflix, and this is a monthly bill. So I'm going to enter January 14th, and then the end date, since this is a monthly bill, the end date will be the end of the year if you plan on keeping that subscription throughout the year. If you plan on ending the subscription in July, then you're going to enter 7/31/2024. Okay, so whatever this month is in here is the month that it's going to be running that monthly. And then here you're going to type in the description, and then the category you're going to select from the drop down. So you have the income categories, the bills categories, subscriptions, variable expenses, debts, and savings. So you're going to select one from here. This is going to update automatically. I'm going to enter a transaction for my cell phone bill. So my cell phone bill, let's say I get billed every 10th. So I'm going to enter 1/10/24. And that will be a monthly bill. So you see here the bar, it's updating. And then I plan on keeping my phone all the way to the end of the year. So we'll do this. And this is going to be my cell phone. And then the category, it's going to be, since this is a monthly bill, it's going to go under bills category, and here is the cell phone plan. Now this updates automatically. The total, you're going to enter how much it is how much that you pay per month for that bill. And then here, let's say I am Jane, this is my cell phone, so this is a bill that I'm going to pay by myself. Let's say that my husband will not be helping me, so I am going to be responsible for 100% of the bill. Now here is going to update the total percentage. Make sure that it's always 100%. Okay, if you were to split with my husband, then this will be here, and again this will update to 100%, and it should be green. If it's not, it's going to be a different color. And just again, for budgeting purposes, just make sure this totals to 100%. So let's say I did a grocery shopping, right? Or actually clothing. Let's talk about clothing. It's a one-off. My kids needed clothes because we are switch seasons and they need new clothes. So this is going to be a one-off bill. So I'm gonna work with January for now. So let's say we're in January. So this is going to be let's say today is January 11, 24, and then the end date will also be January 11, 24, because this is a one-off. And here I'm going to put none, the period, like the frequency that this is going to be, it's going to be none, and that's because this is a one-off. Okay, so let's say clothing for kids, and this is going to be a variable expense, because this is it's something that I don't plan on having that every month, unless you plan on saving that every month for this time of the year. But that will go into the savings category in that case. So let's say I spent $250, and then here I split with my husband. So then this should be 100% over here. Great. So this is the budget. Now, when I go into the monthly tabs, before we record the actual transaction, these are only planned, the plan. So when I go into my January tab, which is what I'm working with right now, I'm going to have in here the budgeted part. So I budget $250 for kids, $500 for Walmart. The Jane here would be the income that I have planned, right? So all of these are here. So in this case, Janie gets paid weekly. So starting on January 1st, she gets paid every 4th of the month. So here, and she will get paid the whole year. It's an income, total $1,000. So because she gets paid every week, $1,000, in here, it's going to say that she will get $5,000 this month. Okay, because since it's the first, she gets paid every first. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If she got paid every 4th, for example. So let's say here 1, 4. Then you will see that her income for this month will be $4,000, and that's because starting on the 4th, she gets 4 weeks only in here in January. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's when she will get paid $4,000 in January. Here we added our cell phone bill. So for the bills in the monthly tabs, you will see this calendar over here. This is the bill calendar. So you have the cell phone over here on the 10th, and it's here. If when the time comes, you paid your phone, you're going to click over here, and then this is going to be green. Now let's say on the first, here in the first, you have 2 bills due on the first, but you paid only the water. So you see the little check over here. So the water bill has been paid, but the electricity hasn't been paid yet. So that's why it's here. If you did pay electricity, now it's going to be green. Okay, and then here, water bill, it's 2, because on my budget planner for the water bill, which is right here, I have it planned to be bi-weekly. So, and starting on the 1st. So if it's due every 1st, then I'm going to have 3 water bills in January. Okay. Now, if it started again, let's say on the 5th of January, if it's due every 5 of them, oh, wrong way. Then here you're going to have 2 water bills instead of 3, because again, it's bi-weekly, but starting on the 5, so 1, 2, and here there is no more in January. That would go over into February, which would be right here. Okay, so it's on February. And these all work together, so you make sure that like every week is covered. If you have weekly bills, if you have bi-weekly bills, if you have monthly, and then here you can select daily, weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly. Okay, great. So now you have your bills and all of your budget all planned out. You planned on some, you have debt, right? You're paying your car loan, so this goes into the debts. Now you're saving for emergency funds, so you're saving about $59 a month. That's what you decided. And it's split between Jane and Pete. So then, and these are all, because I'm putting this monthly, these are going to show up on every tab. The savings should be down here. So emergency fund, car loan, the subscriptions. Oh, also the subscriptions will show on the calendar here also. So bills and subscriptions are inside of the calendar. Now let's go into the actual transaction. So here you see that the budgeted is here, but the actual is 0. Let's go to January. This is 0, right? Because you didn't record any transactions yet. You planned, but you didn't record the spending, the actual spending. So let's go into the transaction log. And here you're going to enter all of your actual transactions, right? When the money comes out of your account, then you go and record it here. So I'm going to change this to 1. And I'm going to explain why it can be all that. So let's say January came and I started allocating the money that I received, right? So I recorded my income in here. Jen received this, and then there is another Jane salary over here. So but this wouldn't be in the same day. So this would be 1/1, and this would be, let's say, I think she got paid weekly, right? So that would be 1, let's put 1/7/24. So then here when you go in January, it updated the actual to be this, and then Pete also, because Pete got paid over here. He got paid this, and oh wait, no, this is the budget here. Pete's salary is here, it's 2,000, and then you got Jane's salary, and then you got Jane's salary. You can also filter this. Just select over here this row and click create a filter if you need to look for Pete salary. You should see it recorded over here. Now, so this all recorded in the January. So you see here the income for Jane, the income for Pete was recorded, the Walmart was recorded, right? So we had, where's Walmart? Here. We had a grocery shopping of 170, so it was recorded in here. Electricity bill on the 1st was recorded. Now you can see here the water bills have not been recorded, and although you see water bill here and water bill here. Now why did they not record? It was because of the due date, okay? Technically, you want to pay your bills on the due date, right? Even if you pay before, you want to record the transaction on the actual due date, so it will read in here correctly. So let's go for the water bill. So the water bill was due 1/5 for the first one. So then let's see here, water bill. So I'm gonna do 1/5. Let's go to January, and now it recorded my transaction in here. Okay, Now I think I have another one in there for water bill, but again, it's on the wrong day, so it didn't record it. So oops. So just make sure 119, and now it's recorded. Same for the cell phone. So 110. I don't even think I have a cell phone in here though. So let's record the phone. So 110. It is a bill, right? And it is your cell phone plan. And here is the cell phone. Now here is a drop down. You are not going to free write on the transaction log, and that is because, like I say, everything on this spreadsheet is based on the budget, right? This is a budget planner. It's not a transaction planner. So first you have to record in here, and then you're going to record the transaction here. And because they have to match exactly, so they will show on the actual monthly tab. This is why it's only a drop down. So if you don't see, let's say you want to record your phone transaction, but you don't see in here, that means that you have not recorded that on the budget planner. Okay, so you have to record there first, and then you come over here and then you select it. So for the cell phone, say it was 100. Now you can see here the budget, it was 100 and the actual was 100. So they match, everything is matching here. Now here, the clothing for kids, I've planned on it, but I didn't record it yet. So let's go ahead and record the transaction for the kids. And this here, it's the day of the transaction, so that was on the 11th. Oops. So 111, that was a variable expense, and it was clothing, and it was clothing for the kids. And let's say you spent $250. Now the budget was $250, the actual has been $250. Okay, now it's recorded in here. Over here, since you already paid, and you know you paid this because you recorded in the transaction log, you can go ahead and check them off for the calendar. Now here you will see that you still have Netflix in red for the 14th, so you know Netflix is a subscription. So just go down here, and it is showing that it hasn't been paid. So let's go to the transaction log, Netflix. It is in here, but it's the wrong date. So 1/14, and then here we go. Budgeted 16, actual 16 now. So here is your budget for January, and if you want to see more, like the whole picture, you can just remove to zoom out over here. And then here you can see that you received, the whole family received 4,500, which was less than expected because it was budgeted this, and then income was only this. And then in the transaction log, she received this one and this one. So she received 2,500. So there's still some to be recorded in here. So let's say 114, income, Jane's salary, Jane income, and let's put 2,000. Let's say that she received the 2 weeks already. So then here she received this. So she received more than what she actually was meant to get paid. And also Pete got paid extra. Maybe they got some bonuses, right? So they got less, they got more, 1,000 more than expected. And then for the funds allocated, that means that 946 out of this have been allocated. And that means that you had, you just have to go on, like maybe you have more bills to pay, maybe, whatever this money you want to put in a savings account. So let's put in the savings, right? So let's say you have all this extra money in here and allocated, which means that it's money, cash that is like floating in your account. You can leave it unallocated, and then it will, like, you can roll over into February. So then here you could get, let's say January you still have 5,554. You can start it here, 5,554. I think that was it. 554. So it came from here, and then it's being rolled over to this month. Okay, so it's the actual like starting balance. If in January you started the balance with, let's say you started your account in January with $1,000 like floating in the account, so then you have to allocate the rest over here. And if you wanna, you can do like just equal and then put this here, and that will roll over the amount to the next month. Okay, and you can repeat that every time for every month that you have in here. Yeah, and that is how you use this. And here are just some charts for you. Let's go back to February because it's easier to see. All here is, let's say you paid Netflix, so just click over here. You want to make sure that your calendar is always green. Here are some charts of the actual and then the projected, or right, the budgeted. Here is some incomes and savings for Jane and Pete. So this is sorted by person. If the other people was in here, they would show down here. This is the inflow and outflow for the month. Here is your breakdown of your income, your debt, bills, and your savings. And then here on the end, you have a few more charts. You have your annual totals. So here you can see like the breakdown for income, the breakdown for bills, the breakdown for variable expenses, and debts, subscriptions, and savings. So all of your categories are in here broken down. And this is an annual summary. Okay, your annual totals. You got some annual dashboards in here also. And then also quarterly dashboards if you want to plan your budgeted quarterly. That's it for this template. Let me know if you have any questions. But so just again recap everything here. You are not going to edit anything unless it's the checked boxes and rolling over the money, whatever you have starting in the month in your account. Okay, so technically this, let's say for example here, this money should match, like it's the end of the month money that you have in your account. It should match the start of the month over here basically. Okay, so yeah, this is it for this template. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.